Welcome back. And in our sports news, Newcastle United manager Alan Pardew wants his team to bring the St James's Park crowd into the match when they host leaders Manchester United in the English Premiership on Tuesday. The league-leading United head to the north of England just 3 days after their FA Cup semi-final elimination at the hands of Manchester City, but still with a commanding advantage in their quest for domestic title number 19. Manchester United have won 13 of the last 16 meetings between the two clubs and have not lost at St James's Park since 2001, when they were beaten 4-3.
I think you have to be disciplined. I think you have to be careful that their movement between your lines is counteracted, and that you can put some pressure on them, because ultimately if you don't, they'll just have wave after wave of attack and end up scoring. So I think it's important that we get a grasp of the game and get the crowd involved, and the only way we're going to get the crowd involved is by playing in Man United's end. So somewhere in there lies the formula.
Kenya's Jeffrey Mutai won the Boston Marathon on Monday in an unofficial time of 2 hours, 3 minutes and 2 seconds, the fastest ever recorded time over the distance. Mutai slashed almost a minute off the existing world record of 2 hours, 3 minutes and 59 seconds, set by Ethiopia's Haile Gebrselassie at Berlin in 2008. But his time was not ratified as a new record because he was aided by a tailwind on a downhill course. Mutai's countryman Moses Mossop also smashed Gebrselassie mark to finish second in 2 hours, 3 minutes and 6 seconds after the pair ran stride for stride before a final sprint down Boston's Bolston Street. Ryan Hall of the United States finished third. His time of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 58 seconds was the fastest time ever by an American in the 115th running of the race. Mutai and Kilel each earned $150,000 for their wins. Hunter Kemper of the USA and Barbara Riveros Diaz of Chile won the men and women's World Cup triathlon races held in Japan. It was Kemper's first World Cup win since 2005 and marked the first podium places for Artem Parienko of Russia and Marek Jaskółka of Poland. The races took place in Ishigaki City, Japan's southernmost city in the Yaeyama Island group, which has become a popular site in Japan for triathlon races. After the swim, Kemper placed himself in the second group during the cycle race, then moved up in the run to take the lead and hold it to the finish line. Kemper was delighted to win after a spell of 6 years, having finished twice before in Ishigaki, runner-up to 5-time winner Courtney Atkinson of Australia in 2005 and 2006.
Good to finally be on top of the podium here in Ishigaki. You know, I've lost here a couple times, and to be on the top step feels nice. And, you know, I really got to enjoy the day today.
And Danish restaurant Noma in Copenhagen was crowned the world's best restaurant for the second year in a row on Monday in an annual list, beating out top eateries in Spain, Italy, Britain, the United States and elsewhere. The San Pellegrino World's 50 Best Restaurants, produced by Britain's Restaurant magazine, were unveiled in London after voting by a panel of more than 800 chefs, restaurateurs, journalists and food experts who rated Noma's leadership of a new guard of global cuisine. Spain's El Cella de Can Roca came second, followed by fellow Spanish restaurant McGarrett's, Italy's Osteria Francescana, Britain's Fat Duck and Alanea in the United States. This year's list spanned a greater geographical spread than previous years and recognised the influence of emerging culinary nations such as Peru and Russia. And with that, let's take a look at the international and local weather forecast for tomorrow. And before we head out, here are the top stories again. Suru awarded construction contracts worth 2.89 billion dirhams. Public-private sector tackle youth violence. Fire in Manila leaves thousands homeless. And Sharuk explores ways to attract more investments into Sharjah. Well, that brings us to the end of the bulletin. As always, we'd love to hear your comments. You can write to us at news@city7tv.com, or why not call us on 043667 2230. And please do join our Facebook page. From the entire news team, it's goodbye for now.